What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video, and today we are talking about the Nintendo Direct that was recently announced for tomorrow, September 13th, as of the time that I am recording this video, and it's very exciting, very exciting to talk about this. So I will be going over my predictions and what we could expect from some stuff that we already know to some other things, and it's going to be crazy. But before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, and click that notification bell to get my videos first. Now let's go ahead and first start off with the news, what Nintendo of America had to say about the Direct. So it says, tune in at 7 a.m. PT tomorrow, 9/13, for a hashtag Nintendo Direct live stream featuring roughly 40 minutes of information, mostly focused on hashtag Nintendo Switch games launching this winter. You can watch it here, and there is the link there. As you can clearly see, that is September 13th, 2022, 7 a.m. PT / 10 a.m. ET. So it's all right there. Now, if you don't know about time zones based on where you live in the world, use Google. It's very easy to do. Use Google, plug that in, and it will spit out the time. I will be doing a live reaction and pre-stream for this. Now, I live in California. That is early for me because I have to wake up hours beforehand to get everything ready to go. I'll try to get as much ready tonight as I can get ready, but there's just some things that we got to do before the stream. So I'm going to be up by like 4 a.m. to get ready to stream by like 5. So if you want to come through, put your predictions in on the live stream, talk with me before the big show, and I will be streaming the whole thing. You want to watch it right here with me? Then feel free to join me because I will be streaming it bright and early for me at least. So awesome stuff there. Now let's go ahead and get into the predictions for this. So we're going to start with some of the smaller things that move our way up. So I'm going to start off with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think that we're going to get a new trailer and some information for the game. The Pokemon Company has already been releasing a bunch of cool stuff in terms of trailers and things for the game and showing off new Pokemon and everything. I think that we get a new trailer because the game is looking absolutely fantastic when it comes to some of the content that they're going to be doing. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what else they got for Pokemon. Next up is Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. I think that this game, which was supposed to come out back in like April of this year or spring, we're going to get a release date, and we're also going to get some information, more info, new trailer, and release date for the game. I'm expecting that it's going to launch sometime in December, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Next up is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I think they're going to talk about the new DLC and updates. This is by far the best launching sales-wise Xenoblade game. I'm still going through, I'm 100, I think like 60 something hours, 170 hours into the game, so I'm still plugging through on the hard mode, beating everything that I can, getting all the side quests, all the heroes. I'm doing a full playthrough run, and then I'll have my review for you guys, but we should get maybe a DLC update and some stuff because there is probably a new hero and all that that's going to be launching sometime soon. So we should see that for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Next up, big Japanese ports. I mean, we've seen some games already get announced before at previous Nintendo Directs. We do have some games that I talked about in my 2023 games that should be coming to Switch, some big RPGs, but we should see at least a big RPG or two. So maybe something like Scarlet Nexus or Tales of Arise for the Nintendo Switch. Now, next up, Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem, I think, is going to be there when it comes to my predictions. So with Fire Emblem, we have Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes DLC. I think there's still going to be something on that. That game sold 1 million units in about 2 months, so it's easily one of the best-selling Warriors games out there and blew out Fire Emblem Warriors, the first game on the Nintendo Switch when it comes to sales, because that game took about 6 to 7 months to sell 1 million units, and Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes has already sold that at this point, so I think we can see some DLC. Next up is the Fire Emblem remake. There has been rumors of a Fire Emblem remake going around. Genealogy of the Holy War is the game, or Fire Emblem 4. I think that that is very possible, as Nintendo's been going in order dating back to more than a decade ago when it comes to remaking the Fire Emblem games, the older ones. It's taken them quite some time, starting on the DS, They're moving their way to the 3DS, so moving all their way up, you know. But I think that, yes, Genealogy of the Holy War is going to be a thing. It could be at this event. They could hold off on it because there should be a brand new Fire Emblem game, which I've talked about multiple times on this channel. We did everything that we know about the new Fire Emblem game. There was what seems like legitimate leaks for the Fire Emblem game. Apparently Nintendo's been sitting on it for quite some time. That has been reported from various different places, credible sources out there. So it looks like we could finally get that new Fire Emblem game. Fire Emblem Three Houses was more than 3 years ago at this point, so I'm guessing that next Fire Emblem game is primed, ready to go. Some information on that for those who don't know. Apparently it's going to have much better graphics, and you're going to be able to use past heroes and recruit them onto your team to fight with you. So should be cool if that happens. Now next up is Metroid Prime. So with Metroid Prime, there is a lot of stuff, right? There has been rumors dating back 4 years ago with Metroid Prime, and we know that Metroid Prime 4 got canned with the original Bandai Namco developer and whoever else was helping out. They scrapped that version. They said, hey, we are going to do it with Retro Studios, the original Metroid Prime development team, the original franchise development team. Cool. So what do we see here? Metroid Prime Remastered, the original game, or a Metroid Prime Trilogy HD port from the Nintendo Wii U or the Nintendo Wii, whatever you want to talk about it. That game being put on the Nintendo Switch in HD for people to play because Metroid Prime 4 is still a thing, which I think that Metroid Prime 4 should get a trailer or a teaser trailer, and it shouldn't just be a PNG logo that's on blue fire or something like that. It should actually be a legitimate teaser or a legitimate trailer. If it's a teaser, maybe something similar to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel teaser that we got, or just something that's more than what we got before back then. So I do think that Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime Remastered, Metroid Prime Trilogy, there will be some Metroid Prime news. And we also could see, this is just a little wildcard in there, some Metroid Dread DLC, best-selling Metroid game of all time by a good bit, and it's still going. So I do think that Metroid Dread could get some DLC shown off just really quickly. Now next up, this is a big one because we do have some rumors that attach something to this. I think that a classic franchise is returning, a big classic franchise. So we're talking something like Kid Icarus, F-Zero, Star Fox, Donkey Kong. There has been rumors on all of these games. Recently, there was rumors on F-Zero GX getting some type of HD re-release or remaster. There has been rumors on Star Fox Assault with Bandai Namco, because Bandai Namco is apparently remastering a classic game. For those who don't know, Bandai Namco actually developed Star Fox Assault on the GameCube, so many have said, well, maybe they're doing Star Fox Assault remastered or remake or something on the Nintendo Switch, so that could happen. There's been rumors about the Super Mario Odyssey team building a Donkey Kong game, so maybe Donkey Kong finally gets back into there. And there's also been rumors about Kid Icarus Uprising as well, with Bandai Namco remastering that title. So yeah, we just don't know at this point, but I think that one of those classic franchises is definitely going to be returning to the Nintendo Switch. Now next up, something that everybody wants to see, and this is probably going to be the big thing with this Nintendo Direct, and that is The Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. These are two games from the Wii U era, okay? These games were from the Wii U era, originally released on the GameCube, and with Twilight Princess on the Nintendo Wii, brought over in HD, and then now they're gonna take them. But what are they going to do with them? Is it going to be just a straight port from the Wii U? Are they going to make considerable tweaks and changes to those Wii U versions? I'm guessing they will. I don't think it's going to be a one-to-one, as in it's going to have all the same things with issues and stuff like that. I think they're going to up the frame rate on The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD and also Twilight Princess HD. Both of those games ran in 30 frames per second, with Wind Waker sometimes dipping well below that at times. So I think they're probably going to get those up to 60 frames per second. And I say that because The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword ran at a smooth 60 frames per second and also in 1080p, which for those who don't know, that was the first official home console Zelda to actually run at 60 frames per second. So very interesting there. So I think that they're going to do the same treatment with Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD, and maybe even add in some nice HD rumble stuff in there. So that would be cool. But what everybody wants to talk about and what everybody wants to know about, and that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. I think that we finally get a legitimate trailer and we get the name or information on this. Now, Nintendo did say that it's games launching in the winter, okay? So winter extends past 2022. Winter extends into 2023. So we're going to be getting games that are launching early next year as well in this Nintendo Direct. All of this stuff is not going to be happening just in 2022. So we should get some good stuff on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. I think that an official name is long overdue at this point. I think that we should definitely see new information, new weapons, what's going on with the game. Something needs to happen here. So I'm definitely expecting some big things out of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Now, I could be completely wrong on that, but based off of everything that we've heard so far, the fact that this game is apparently supposed to be coming out in spring 2023 after Nintendo delayed it, I think that it is time. The time is now at this point to finally give The Legend of Zelda fans something. And I'll be honest here, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, this is my favorite Zelda game of all time. One of my favorite games of all time. And following up on a game like this, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the original game, it is very hard to do. And I think that that's the reason why they've taken so much time. They want to make sure that whenever this game does come out, whenever it goes, it's going to be something that's going to be just as epic, if not more, to top the original Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And we could be seeing sales of 10 million units instantly, 15 million units instantly, because The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 1 is nearing 30 million units, and it still sells to this day. And once they give us more information, it's gonna jump right back up with the sales and everything. It's one of those generational style of games, so I expect there to be some more information, but we're gonna have to wait and see. But based off of everything that we know so far, it does seem like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 information is going to be there. But what are your predictions for the big show? What are you expecting? Remember, it's going to be at 7 a.m. PT / 10 a.m. ET, and we're going to be streaming it right here on PlayerEssence on September 13th. And of course, if you missed it when it comes to the live stream, you can always watch the replay VOD on my channel if you want to get my reaction. So what do you guys think about all of this? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and we'll see you for the next video. Peace.